guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so as you guys can tell by the title, you know what we talking about, right? So on my last video, when I did a vlog for the MonstaX concert in Dallas, and in the midst of me doing that vlog, I got like a ton of questions about like how did I go from like the back to the front and yada 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 yada, you know. So I'm gonna go over that. I'm gonna go over the concert. I'm gonna go over a lot of stuff into the video. First, I want to start with my experience at this concert. First of all, I just want to say this concert was so hot. Okay, like let me start from that. Like the venue, they sent out like this mass message saying, hey, since it's so hot, don't line up till, you're not allowed to line up till 3. And so we were like, okay, that was just for lineup to get into the venue. And then I'm thinking, well, since lineup is until 3, I'm thinking like, hey, they might still have merch, you know, and we can go line up still. Boy, was I wrong. We got to the venue at like 2:30, and like we were like, the security was like, oh yeah, you're not allowed to touch this premises until 3 o'clock, so you need to go. And we were like in an Uber, so like I was like, well, the Uber just can't drive us around for another 30 minutes. So he says, hey, I can pull you up to the end of the corner and then you hop out there. Best of luck to ya, is basically what he said. So we were like, okay, I mean, I guess that's what we paid you for, so I guess that's what you have to do, but for you to leave us here is like kind of messed up, dude. Kind of messed up. We ended up walking, like we walked down the street and it was like 30 minutes till, like I said, till they were letting us line up or even touch premises, our feet touch premises. Like you had to wait that full 30 minutes. 3 o'clock means 3 o'clock. So we were like, so what are we gonna do? And literally the venue is in the middle of nowhere. Like when I'm not even joking. Here's the venue and here's the desert. And it's like nothing around there except for like this one company, but like it's like a private company, so we weren't allowed to walk in there for even fresh air. So we were just walking. I'm like, so what do we do? And she says, I mean, we can go to Whataburger. So like we look up, because we saw Whataburger as we were driving down to the venue, and as we look at it, I'm like, Whataburger is like far away, man. I mean, like that is super far. Like it's an hour walk. I'm not about to walk for an hour to just get some food. So we kept walking straight, and then we met these girls and they got out the car, and I was like, they were looking like they were heading to the venue. So I was like, are you guys going to the MonstaX concert? And they were like, yeah, oh my god, yeah. I was like, yeah, you can't step on premises till 3 o'clock, so you might as well get back in your car and go back home for another 30 minutes. And they were like, oh, well, that sucks, because their car literally drove off as I said that. So they were like, well, we can just talk. So we ended up talking for the rest of the time. It was like 3:50 something, and we were like, hey, you guys want to start heading back? And we were like, yeah, let's see if they'll let us on. And then next thing you know, we start seeing people like showing up to the venue, and they started letting them walk up. So I'm like, we can go. So we got to there, and we just lined up, and like this is now exactly 3 o'clock. There's these people there giving out free tea. It was the Lipton tea, which is literally my favorite tea. Ugh. So like I got that. We got some free tea, we got some free shades, and yeah, so we just hung out and we were in line. We were like at the front of the line since the fact we showed up so early. But before we got into like the venue line, we got into the line to get our badges for VIP and our tickets. And so we got into the line to get our VIP, and then like we were first come first serve, you know. I was literally number 8. Like my wristband says number 8. Therefore, boo boo, I was in the front. And after that, we just got in the line, and then apparently the line that we got in was for merge. So the merge and the venue line didn't start until like it was close to venues to enter for the concert. I guess that makes sense. It was like only 3 o'clock, so why would they line us up so early? Made sense. But we were there 3 o'clock to 7 o'clock till the concert started, and I kid you not, it was so hot. Like I was like not with it at all. And like the nurses, I mean like the paramedics was walking up and down the line saying, hey, drink some water, yada yada yada. And we're like, okay. Next thing you know, I'm like cramping like crazy. I'm not even on my period. I'm just like cramping, and I'm like, I am not with this today. Time to go. I love you, MonstaX, but it's time for me to bounce. But then the paramedics gave me some Tylenol, and I was good for the rest of the night. So fast forwarding, we finally entered the venue. So when we entered the venue, it was like, first of all, where my seat was, I was like 4 rows from the front. Like it felt like 4 rows. I was in row J, which is obviously not 4 rows, but who's counting? Actually, it was, because the way they were counting, it was like A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Like it was going from A to Z. And then I think, I'm not for sure, but I just know I was 4 rows from the front. So I was sitting in my row, and then my friend was sitting some rows behind me. And as we were like waiting for the concert, everyone's going up to the stage. If you were in VIP, you could go up to the stage and like take pictures by the stage. I mean, it's what I did. We were taking pictures. So my friend, hey, come down. Let's just take pictures. Let's talk. I don't want to sit down here by myself, because I didn't know the people that were sitting next to me. And one of them didn't speak English that well, and the other one, she was just like, I can't believe. So me and my friend, which I met this girl like before the concert. We met in the line. Her name was Yessie. So shout out to Yessie. So we were talking. She was like, hey, listen, if there's an extra seat down here during the concert, let me know. And I'm like, I didn't know people do that. Like, I've never done that in a concert. I'm like, okay, I'll let you know. Little did we know there was no service, so I'm like, that plan out the window. Anyways, so we talked. The concert was getting ready to start, but like, and no one was in their seats. So I was like, okay, let's keep talking. We went down to take pictures, and then we noticed this girl down there, and she was wearing a birthday banner. And I was like, oh my goodness, happy birthday, girl! This is a good present. You got front row seat to a MonstaX concert, high touch, girl. You was living it good. And so we just got to know each other, right? And like, she was sitting down in front row. So I'm like, oh, you cool. And that was my plan. Okay, before I say the disclaimer, my plan this entire concert was not for me to get closer to the stage. I mean, it's nice, but it was not my plan. I literally went there to sit in my seat and was okay with my seat. But the fact that like, it was just like, I say it was God. I was like, God bless me that concert. So during the concert, the boys come out, they perform, yada yada yada, they talk, yada yada yada, perform, yada yada yada. And then as I'm looking down, I see like Minhyuk and Hyunwon come and dance with the girl who we were talking to, who had front row, and it's her birthday. They were dancing with her, and I was like, okay girl, work. And then as I'm like scanning where she was standing, I'm like looking, I'm like, there's no one sitting right there. And then this girl, she comes from behind me and sits in front of me, and her friends move up one more row. And I'm like, yo, do you think I can make this? And then I tell myself, I was like, all right, we're gonna go. And I was gonna leave, but then I was like, I don't want to go like right in the middle of a song. It's just like, it's awkward, and like security's staring at me. I'm just like, ugh. So I ended up waiting, and then I was like, I have to pick a good time to go down there. So like, as I'm like thinking of a good time, the boys are performing, I start gathering my stuff so that when I'm ready to go, I just grab my stuff and I go. So I put my banners in my light stick box, and then I put my wallet in my light stick bag, and I'm like, okay, I gotta think, when am I gonna go down there? And then I said, they have to do a wardrobe change, and like that's when they typically show VRs. Like that's just what they do at other K-pop concerts. I don't know if it was gonna be like this at this concert, but I was just taking out on a limb. And so I was like, okay, I can go down there during wardrobe change. And then they left for wardrobe change, and then everyone sat down. I grabbed my stuff, and like I walked out of my aisle, and then I looked at security. Security wasn't paying no mind. First of all, I just want to say security were not that good at this concert. They just weren't like on top of it as much as they typically are until High Touch, but that's another story for later. But security was just not good. But anyways, so I walked down, and like I tell the girl, I'm like, hey, can I sit in that seat? And she was like, yeah, please. Like I did not want to be here by myself. Like I was down here by myself, no one to talk to. And I was like, bro, I got you. And the security, and I was like, he was like, hey, where have you been? I was like, yeah. And then he was like, I'm just joking with you. I was like, okay. So like this security guy, like he was really cool, and I was like, I got front row seat for the rest of the concert. Didn't worry about nothing. I was talking to the girl next to me during like wardrobe changes, and like we had the best time of my lives. And then this like throughout the whole concert, all the boys were interacting with us. Like obviously, like if you go watch my vlog, my last video, you would see all the boys interacted with us, and it was the best time of my life. But the one part that like just tripped me out, and I was like, I'm so glad I came down here, was when Joohan came over, and he was singing, and then he was like la la la, and then he was like sing, and then so I went up to him, and like it was like this barricade from the stage and us, and you weren't allowed to go up to the barricade. You weren't even allowed to touch the barricade. You had to stay near your seat. So that's probably the only rule the securities were strict about. So like I got as close as I could, and then I was singing, and like in the midst of me singing, Joohan started jamming with me. I'll input the video. But Joohan was dancing with me, like he was literally dancing with me. And I just like, as I'm singing, I'm like la 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 la, and I'm like, what are the lyrics? What are the lyrics? And then like I'm like, this is my one chance to show Joohan how much I love him. Like that man is so fine and is my life. And like I had one job, and I failed. I was like, so I can just quit at life now and like shoot me, okay? But Joohan didn't care. Like I guess he couldn't really hear me. I was just like moving my lips as if I knew the lyrics, because I knew the lyrics, but like him being in my face, it just like blanked, and I was just like, how? And so Joohan stood there and he smiled at me, and he was like, yeah, okay. And like the video I recorded is like so janky because I was just like too into it. Like I was too like hyped. Like, so moving on from that, me and the girl were just started like screaming at the top of our lungs, like, Joohan just noticed us, Joohan just noticed us, oh my gosh. Like then, you know, me and Shonu just like had this intense eye stare. Like I'll input that too. Like it was like for a split second, but I felt every inch of it, okay? And then me and Hyewon had the same thing. Like we kept staring at each other. Like I would have my light stick, and I was smiling, and I was dancing, and then I was waving my wand, and then he was just staring at me. And I was like, maybe he was staring at me because I look stupid, but in my head, I'm gonna just be like, he was staring at me because he thought I was cute, because that's what I'm gonna go with for right now. okay. And so like we were staring, and I was just like, hi, come on. And like he looked the other way. He was like, it was like one of those like, oh my gosh, I just got caught staring at my crush. Like, I'm not saying like he just like was into me. I was just saying like, hey, I felt what I felt. I saw what I saw, period. And so moving on, the rest of the concert was like pretty cool and whatever. And then the end of the concert, when they were saying goodbye, I was like, I love you, McNuck. I love you. And then he was like, he put up to the mic, he looked at me as I said it, and then put the mic up to his mouth and was like, I love you too. 1, 2, 3. Enjoying the entire concert, and then it was high touch time. So high touch made me like not even a little bit, like I was heated about high touch. Like I did not like high touch whatsoever. So we get into high touch, and as we're lining in, typically you're allowed to say a couple words to the artist, like to the idols, as you're doing high touch. You're allowed to say, huh, like, I love you, you're amazing, blah 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 blah, and then keep going. No, this high touch you were not. You had to like, that was it. Literally the boys' hands were literally like this, and you were to hit it like this, like this, like this, and keep going. And if you even tried to grab their hands, the guy, one of the security guys, he was like, nope, don't grab their hands, keep going, keep going, keep going. So like me being me, I was like, you don't tell me how to live my life. And so I can't really remember all of high touch because it was just that fast. I know Keon was the first, and I think Wonho was the last. Like I can't really remember, but I know Keon was the first. And as we go in, and like he was looking and like talking, and then he had to hurry up and like look back, and like I had to high five him, and then I don't remember who was after him, and then I know it was Joohan. I was like, there's no way I'm letting this moment slide. So I grabbed his hands and I was like, I love you so much, you're the love of my life. And then he smiled, and I was and hurried really quickly. I said, I have dimples too. And like he was like, he just looked at me and smiled again. And then the guy was like, keep going, keep. I was like, okay, literally, you are really trying to catch these hands. Is just like sitting on the table, and like he's just like leaned over, like, and like it's just honestly the only people I remember is Keon, Joohan, and Shonu. Those are the only people I remember. I do not remember high-fiving Hyungwon. I do not remember high-fiving Wonho. I just do not. I don't remember high-fiving Minhyuk. It was just that fast. Like you could get no reaction. Like as soon as you walked out the door, you was just like instant crying, because it's like, that was real. I don't know. You tell me, boo. You tell me. It was just crazy. I'm just like, I really hope that next year's high touch is not like that, because I was not a fan at all. And then they did send off, and like that send off was like very sentimental. You know, I guess that's why they didn't want high touch. They're like, you got high touch, you don't get all the perks, you just get partial perks, because we got a high five and keep going about their day. Send-offs got the whole shebang, the holding hands, the kissing the cameras, the giving gifts and stuff. The moral of the story, you guys, is to make friends before the concert. Like, I am not even joking. Making friends really helps you in the concerts. Like, whether it's like it gives you someone to talk to during the concert, or it gives you someone to talk to after the concert, or even gets you a front row seat. Like that girl, Michaela, shout out to Michaela, because she was the person who got me a front row seat. Like, oh, I'm so freaking thankful for her. Like, I would not have been able to have the experience I had if it wasn't for Michaela. So thank you, Michaela, and happy birthday. So yeah, that's basically it for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Hit that bell so you will know when I post. I try to post every Friday, but sometimes my Fridays are janked up, so I typically post it on Saturday. I'm trying to stay on point with these videos so that I'm not off anymore. I was off for a while, but now I'm back. I'm better than ever. I'm moving back into my dorm next week. Well, it's more of my apartment. And when I do that, I'm gonna be off the chain with these videos. They're gonna be coming. Okay. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see ya.